See, Noah said to his people, that he, the Lord Allah, has created 7 heavens, one above the other. He already knew at that time, and they already understood that there were many levels of ascended masters and beings at different levels of the heavens. See, Noah said, that he has made the moon a light therein, and he has made the sun a shining lamp. And Allah, the Lord, the Creator, brought forth from the dusts of the earths all of you that are man, and afterward he is going to return you to the dust of the earth and then resurrect you back out of it again into the true eternal life. And Allah has made the world wide for you and allowed you to spread forth amongst this land and all of the others, that you may go therein amongst all of the roads and paths. And Noah said, my Lord, they have disobeyed me and followed ones whose wealth and children give them no increase but only loss. You see, the time had come where so much misguidance had been occurring that none of the true sons of Adam remained except for Noah and a few of the remaining pure blood, that the lines had been mixed with so many of the other races, that the idea now changed, that the corruption of man had occurred so deeply that for man to then now go on to their path of ascension, a cleaning out of the whole of the earth had to occur. A resetting, a rebooting, a rechecking of the system. So drastic was the situation, so much violation of the law of non-interference, so much interaction and offspring of races of all different kind, that the idea that anyone of original pure blood from the sons of Adam or any of the original races of pure faith even remained was lost. That Noah finally expressed his desire. He said, "Oh my Lord, all that I have talked to, everyone who I have spoken to, in every way, both open and in secret, and I've gone to them to try and explain to them about the light. I've done it in private, I've done it in public, I've done it every single way, my brothers and sisters, O light workers. I've gone to them all, and they have all rejected it. They have disobeyed me and followed the path of the others, those who would give them children and wealth and increase them only but in loss. And they have plotted a mighty plot. Those who deceive and plot plots, they have plotted a mighty plot. And they have said, you shall not leave your gods, nor shall you leave Wa'ad, nor Suwa, nor Yaghuth, nor Ya'uq, nor Nasra. These are various idols and false gods that had been prominent at the time. And indeed they have led many astray, Noah said. O Lord, grant no increase to the disbelievers, save increase in error. Because of their sins, they were drowned, and then were made to enter the fire, and they found none to help them instead or other than Allah, the one who created them. And Noah said, O my Lord, leave not one of the disbelievers upon the earth. If you leave them, they will mislead your slaves, and they will beget none but wicked disbelievers. My Lord, forgive me and my parents, and him who enters my home as a believer, and all believing men and women, and to the disbelievers, grant you no increase, but in destruction." This is the surah from the Quran on Noah. You see, what Noah understood is that things had gotten so desperate and so bad, and the bloodline and the future and the fate and the plan and plot of those who deceived and the dark ones had corrupted everything to such a degree that the idea of continuing was lost and that everything had to be erased. And the idea of interacting at all with the other races was wiped out again. And that the concept of non-interference was reenacted from this point on forever until it was the end. Until it was the end. And this is the reason why none of the beings of the light have openly ever come to the earth again. And this is the reason why all of the preachers and pastors and ministers and prophets have all taught their people to stay away from the other races, to stay away from beings of the other dimension, to leave off anything to do with them. And those who are devout and those who are pious have always maintained the law of non-interference. We don't interfere with the realm of the unseen or the world of the Djin or the alam al-ghayb and the unseen world. And they who are of faith from that side should not interfere with us. Those who do interfere with us are always of the dark, and we ask the Lord Most High to protect us. The law of non-interference is reinstated, and it should never be abrogated again. This is the lesson behind the story of Noah. This is the reason why the flood occurs. This is the reason why Noah makes the challenge. This is the reason why the Quran and Allah confirms that even the offspring of any of them would not be pure of light, that the destruction had to be to such a greater degree. Now, in the larger picture, something deep is happening. Unlike the normal timeline of ascension for most planets, where most races and most civilizations go through a period of the first of them to ascend, and then slowly period of prophets, as all races and civilizations have their own prophets and timelines, and they get to the point where destruction leads them to a rising out of a society. We, as the sons of Adam, as the children of Adam, get to a point where we have Noah making a prayer that leads to the destruction of all of the earth. And that changes things fundamentally for our race for all time. You see, the story of the deluge remains a fundamental of all prophets of the light that they reiterate all the way down to the final messenger Muhammad. But the story of the deluge remains a fundamental for all of the other races of the other realms that they recognize to reinstate that interference should not occur on this, the planet Earth. And they have been waiting patiently for the time of the awakening of people upon the earth when it was appropriate to interact again. But that doesn't happen at the time of Noah. And that doesn't happen after the time of Noah. After the times of Noah, things change, and a cut-off from the other realm occurs, and the fate of mankind is destined to go deeper into darkness. But because we're talking about Noah, and because we talk about some interesting things, I wanted to talk about a specific concept. Of course, on the Hot Conflict Show, one of the things I like to do is always give you stuff that's totally out there and weird. And because I said, as someone who's on the ascension path or explaining some of these concepts, we talk about both the past and the future and what this means. And so, for example, many of those who call themselves light workers are trying to express themselves in different ways and show people the path. One of the things that I have to do in the way I express this story is explain what happened in the past, what the scriptures mean in a larger context, and how they relate to us. Now, in the current timeline that we are in, there are many people who have made the conscious choice to seek the path of ascension, who are seeking oneness, who are pure of heart, who are making the effort to learn, and they are doing different things. And I say, by the plan of Allah, that those of you who are listening to this, it is destined by the very fact that you are hearing it, that you have chose to listen to this. And that in and of itself is deep. And